What up? Rolling news nowadays, drop it like it's hot. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Everybody come on in. Friends, say hey in the chat, if you will. Trying to decide if today I want to have French toast or an egg white sandwich. Trying to decide. All right, what up? Hey. Thought I could get away with no lip balm, but I think I need some. And it's upstairs. Let's see, it is, damn, it's Thursday already. Where does the time go? It's Thursday already, shit. Actually, today is Vic's grandbaby's due date today. So, send lots of love and prayers for safe journey earthside, whether it's today or in the coming days. It's coming. We're on baby watch. I'm gonna give it another second for folks to realize she actually did come today. So I'm a little late. Hang on. I am live. I know, it takes a minute for people to wake up. They didn't have the one. No, but they did have that one that black couple recommended to us that day. It was like, what up? All right, here we are. Everybody here now. Not Trace Estelias. It was fuck. Is it Angel Mima? No, Pearl Millings or whatever that is. And the lady there told me it was good, but I was like, I didn't come for that. I didn't come for that.
You didn't get it?
Mm-mm. I just got eggs, and then I got you guys some bacon, just to level it out.
Aww.
Bacon and eggs, and there's bread, and you can make a sandwich, or I was thinking about making some French toast myself. It's breakfast. Breakfast of champs. To know me is to know that I'm in season of being addicted to this Mexican pancake mix that nobody else cares about but me. And they didn't have it. That's why I was late, because I had to go fetch it from the store. They didn't have it. And I was still late. It's a beautiful day outside, though. I will say that. It's gorgeous. Do you want me to make this stuff? Say no, say no, say no.
I heard that. I don't really know what I'm making.
All right. I'll just throw something together. All right, y'all. We getting it going.
You want to make yours? I'll make it.
If I make it, I'm probably going to eat some. That's my only thing about the bacon.
I'll make my own. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just make your French toast. That's what you're craving?
I know, I was craving pancakes, but they didn't have that. So now I'm like, maybe I'll just settle for.
French toast is equally delicious. I think she got some cinnamon and stuff in there too.
Yeah, I think so. I think
I'm
so.
gonna warm up for a minute because it's so cold.
It is. All right, y'all. So welcome to the morning messages. If I didn't say that already, I'm sure I did not. My name is Allah-mi Basheer. I'm an intuitive self-mastery coach. Welcome to a live collective morning message. If you came here, you're probably not here by mistake. You're probably here for good reason, even if it wasn't your intention. I feel like today is no different than any other day in terms of the hard-hitting, heavy messages that matter to us. Like, we need to hear this stuff. But I feel like a real shift in perspective coming today. So join me, stick around if you shall. So let's start with like a little, I won't say a little story, but maybe like a little recap to how I became intuitive. And I'm using that word, just that language just to kind of help you all contextualize, but you don't just like become intuitive. You are. We all are. Okay. So from 3D metric standards, I became intuitive like in my mid 40s. I just celebrated a half-century birthday a couple weeks ago, and I've only been really centered in this gift in this way for only about 5-6 years. And I think that is a part of my story that I forget to mention a lot more to people, because I get on this platform or I'm in sessions and I'm in service and I'm just doing the thing, whipping and nay-naying and doing all the things. And that might have been a bad analogy. If you know the writer of that song, he's in trouble right now. Anyways, I digress. I did not always know I was like this. I did not know that if I were to just practice sitting still and paying attention and using my first mind in life, which is all I do to be intuitive, if I had known that sooner, that that's all I needed to be doing in life to get in alignment with everything, opportunity, fun, joy, quality relationships, partnerships, money, like if I had known that that really is the key to alignment, is just to like go inside myself, pay attention to what I'm sensing and feeling and go with that, as opposed to like overthinking shit, man, I'll be president of the whole global citizens network of presidents, and I don't know. I'm just saying I'd be real far along in my evolution if I knew this before I turned 45. So I don't know. I do know. I know that all of us have this ability that I so readily use, and y'all tune in religiously or stop by and stay. It's not something that's unique to me. I've just learned how to use it to my advantage and to trust it and to self-regulate so that I can do all of those things. The only thing that's really different about me is that I pay attention to those quiet whispers and those uncomfortable nudges. I'm just more hypersensitive to myself and the world around me. That's all. Like, that's the big difference between what I do over here and what you have the potential to do over there. There's some very specific things that I do and don't do. Yes. There's some skill building in this, some resilience to build in this, right? That kind of resilience that says just because it looks scary doesn't mean you have to be afraid. That kind of shit. This has been a process of over time learning how to move through those kinds of energies. So, yeah, I feel like today is going to be a really important day for some of you all in terms of perspective shifting. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to do it, but you're going to be able to not unsee this. Okay. So, by the way, if anybody who wants to learn more about me and what I be doing in real life, you can go to begreateveryday.com. Hi, Araceli. Glenisha, of course. Najee. What up? So let's talk about this thing we often refer to as purpose, right? Purpose. Marsha. Okay. Like, and that's not to insult the importance of this ethereal thing that some of us can't even put our finger on as to what that really is for us or what that fucking is in life. You know, we see people like having fun and doing their life the way they want to do it and feeling aligned in it. And we think probably that they're living out their purpose. But what does that mean for you? You know, even without going into the details of what's the mission, okay, what's on the assignment, okay. It's like some of you are still feeling lost in your own life because you don't feel like you've put your finger on that pulse yet of what am I most passionate to do that I can make a profit from and create an impact. Okay, like that's really what we all want, is we want to have meaning and what we call purpose, which is like utility or use that's helpful to somebody, and in some way we want to make an impact, right? Like I don't know too many people that just sign up to just do some shit for the sake of doing some shit, you know, and no, hello. Let me qualify that, okay? Because people do that every fucking day, okay? But we don't, with our conscious mind, say, you know, I just want to be old and be unhappy for money. You know, we're not saying that in our conscious mind. We may do that unconsciously, fall into the trap of, I got to do something to make a bag and just do something to make a bag without really caring about what that thing is. Like plenty of people do that, maybe some of you, probably most of you, quite honestly. Unless and until you wake up to something more. Like you wake up like this is not enough and I want something more, okay? And that's something more, you may not even know what the fuck that is. And on any given Tuesday, that might be something different. And again, it's hard to put your finger on it, okay? And so oftentimes when people come into work with us in our practice, in our coaching practice, what they are looking for is the way to nail that finger down to something specific. Okay, it's like, yeah, I'm here and I hate my job and I want to do something else, but what is my purpose? Okay, and honestly, we can help give you that answer. Honestly, I mean, no cap, as they say, no lie. It's a real way to get to that clarity of what you are here most optimally to do in a way that feels harmonious for you and that is profitable. That is actually a place in this realm you can get to, and we can help you get there. Doing things like, one, acknowledging, even before we start talking about like strategy and implementation, first things first is you got to get real with yourself about what the fuck you're doing right now is not working. It's like we can't help you until you first conquer that. To admit to yourself the truth. That, you know, it has its advantages and, you know, it has things that we call perks. But really, if I were to scale this shit on a scale from 1 to 10, this shit is not even clearing 7. Much less 8, 9, or 10. This shit is mediocre at best. If you're really being honest with yourself. Now, there may be those perks that make you give the illusion to yourself that, oh, this is better than what I think it is. No, it ain't. Because when you wake up to go and experience whatever that is, whether it's a job or a partner or a place to stay, it's like when you wake up to that in the morning and you feel how you feel, and that feeling is not excitement, joy, eagerness, enthusiasm, purpose, impact. If you're not feeling none of that in the experience, I can guarantee you're not happy with it. And you may be trying to convince yourself through the things you can buy or the access you can get to, the people you know, or the associations or all the things. All of that might factor into your delusion, okay? That's the word they're giving me. It might factor into your delusion that everything really is okay. But no, but when you really pay attention to how you feel, okay? Remember what I said earlier about my gift, that this shit didn't feel different. It was just, I started paying attention to how I was feeling. I became hypersensitive to energy, which we can also call things like feelings or emotions. Okay, it's like those quiet discomforts in our experience that we just ignore some more, and then we might avoid, and then we might defer, okay, because it's like, okay, I might be able to accept that, yes, this is fucked up and it's not really what I want, but I'll do it in 3 years. Let me just get to this pension. Let me get, a certain number of years of service under my belt. It's like we defer. And that's just another form of avoidance, okay? Excuse making. And some of you feel like you have really legitimate excuses. Like, no, because if I wait this extra 5 years, then my pension is going to double. And to the intellectual mind, that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. And to your physical body, your emotional and mental health, your spiritual body, it's literal nonsense. Literally. It's blasphemy to think that I should continue to subject myself to this given how I feel. Okay, so we're deep in some shit today, okay? So it's like, it's a lot of energy around not purpose, okay? Not purpose. Let's stop talking about purpose for a second. Because even if you get that clarity, it doesn't mean that you all of a sudden gonna do it. Because there's a whole bunch of other steps in between. Like learning how to trust in yourself and in things you can't control. Like learning how to self-regulate. So that when you get afraid and start second guessing yourself and get fearful, that you don't go running from the hills away from the thing you call purpose, meaning, passion. The thing that you want to give impact to, you're running from because you don't know how to self-regulate. Okay. So let's just stop talking about purpose and passion and impact and all of those things for just a second. And let's just talk about you. You. Many of you think that the mission is the purpose and that's the mission. The purpose is the mission. The mission is the purpose. You are the assignment. You. You. Baby, it's you. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way, baby, it's you. Come on, y'all, sing it with me. Baby, it's you. It's giving act. Okay, it's you. You are the mission. You are the essence of the purpose. You are the assignment. You. Because what did I just say? Even if you get clear about all the passion projects and all the meaning and impact and all the shit you want on your obituary when you die, even if you're clear about all that, you can't get to that shit unless you do all this shit in the middle. And all this shit in the middle is about you. So it's really not that is the assignment. You are the assignment. You. Working on you. Loving you. Becoming more aware of you. Getting curious about you. Being willing to change you. Being willing to practice changing you. Being willing to invest in you. And choose you. Like you are the assignment. You are. You are. We're looking for, like, as they say, we can't be focused on the destination. You got to focus on the process. Where who the fuck you think is the process about? The process is about you. It's not about the environment. It's not about the relationships. It's not about the opportunities or experiences. It's you at the epicenter. If you want to get to all of that serves all of them, you've got to deal with you. First and foremost. You. Those of you who like to write things down, write down, I am the assignment. People say, do you understand the assignment? No, you don't. Because you think it's that. You think it's rescuing them. You think it's saving the world. You are the assignment. So let's talk about that for a second. When we hear the word assignment, we associate that with what? School. Some kind of teaching and learning experience. An assignment. Assignments have inherent in them directions, intended outcomes, strategy for completion, All of it's inherent in the assignment. So I don't just know what to do, I know how to do it, I know when it needs to get done, and I know my steps to success. And I have the aptitude to do it. I have the ability to get it done. But what about those who don't know? Some of y'all today years old when you just learned, oh shit, self-mastery is about me. This game of life is not about the people and the persons, the players and the things. It really is about me dealing with me. I'm going to cheat ahead of this conversation and just tell y'all up front, some of y'all don't fucking know yourselves. I don't care how old you are. You don't know yourself. You have memories of what you've done from your perspective. Some of you may have the ability to take yourself out of your shoes and put it in somebody else's to be able to see yourself from the outside perspective. But even that's so limited. So we only really know what energy we are tending to give out. We don't know really how we are showing up until we get somebody else telling us back what that looks like. That's how we really come to know ourselves, is from your inside out, but it also is the outside in. And one of the really phenomenal things about being a human being on this planet, as I'm standing in this kitchen full of appliances and full of gadgets and doodads and all the things, and Vic talks about this all the time, how everything we ever buy in life comes with instructions. Go buy something at the store. It's going to teach you how to use it. But somehow we think we're so complex and so dynamic that nothing in this world could ever help us understand ourselves. And that's not true either. That's not true either. Each one of us actually has instructions. And I know some of you have been socialized to believe that those instructions come in one single book that was written eons and eons and versions over and eons and over versions and versions. And somewhere in there, you are there. But you got to work real hard to find yourself in those stories. Just like the foundation of a house, you have a blueprint. It tells you exactly where everything is positioned inside of you in terms of how you are made. I didn't sign up to tell you all this today, but this is how this is coming out. And it's very much like you need to understand how you're made. If you're the assignment and you don't know the instructions, you don't know how you best function, you don't know how you can best be served in the world, you don't know anything about your own internal mechanisms and process as to why you think the things that you think, why you do the things that you do, or don't do the things that you should or could do, why you feel a certain type of way about this versus that. Like, you don't know. And some of y'all real mature in age and very young and dumb in terms of your self-awareness. All right, we're name calling in here. I don't like it. Young and dumb is what I'm hearing. And that's not a matter of chronological age. It's a matter of maturity. If you don't take any kind of time to be with you, to study you, to really study yourself, and not study from a critical, judgmental perspective, to really understand what makes you work. What makes you work? Both literally and figuratively. like if you've ever taken apart anything, unscrewed something and started pulling apart the pieces, there's all kind of little pieces within even the big pieces. If I took apart this sofa right now, you would think surfacely, oh, it's only probably a few big pieces, but it's a whole bunch of little pieces holding that shit together, making it level straight, keeping it from compromising, being pushed in. All kinds of layers that make that thing function as simply as it is, just sitting there. You don't think you have that same kind of layered complexity that can be understood? I could take this couch right here and use it as a trampoline, but that ain't what it's best used for. Because if I keep using it like a trampoline, I'm gonna start compromising the structure. It's gonna start breaking down, breaking apart, and get fucked up. I'm gonna rip the material on it. But I could use it for that because it can serve that function too. Hell, I can make the pillows position in a certain way to create a little bed for myself, and I could sleep there and sleep there and sleep there, and over time something's going to start to get compromised because it's not particularly made for that, although it could be used for it. I could turn this couch on its sideways and make it sit positioned in that corner over there and make it a really interesting decorative piece. It's still home decor, and I could use it like that. And some might say it's just a matter of perspective. But if its primary function is to be able to hold people in a seated position or lying position, and I'm using it in the corner as a door stopper, am I getting the most optimal function and use out of this thing? Am I getting the greatest degree of impact? Probably not. And just like you could do a whole bunch of different things, and you do. Some of y'all are real good at doing the whole bunch of different things. Some of y'all do so much shit, you have no idea what really is the good shit you're good at. Because you're so used to just doing shit. As opposed to really taking inventory of, what do I really like? What really lights me up? What feels like the most fun to me? What fills up my heart cup? Or even to the contrast, what makes me most anxious when I'm doing what, or what? Where do I feel the most uncomfortable or the most discomfort in my environment or in my relationships? It's like, what makes me feel sad and down as opposed to invigorated and ready when I'm in that situation or in that context? Just surface shit like that, y'all don't ask yourselves. It's like putting on blinders in your life and just going about to do the things without any neck down sensation. No emotional, physical, no connection between the head that has decided this is the path and this is the way to get, quote, success, and the body that's saying, hell fucking no. Stop. I'm getting sick. I'm breaking down. I'm unhappy. I'm not excited. I don't feel joy. I'm sick and unsatisfied. But up here, we'd be like, oh, I make such good money. This is such a great opportunity. This isn't that hard. I can do this for a few more months and years, just till I get to retirement. Meanwhile, neck down is fucking ready to shut down, and you're pretending like it's not. You're pretending like you're not feeling those aches and pains, like you don't feel those heart palpitations or that nausea. You're pretending like you're not gaining the weight. You're pretending like you're not up all night. You're pretending like you're not a bitch at work. I don't know who the fuck is in the audience, but y'all getting it today, okay? Listen. You are the assignment. When you wake up in the morning, if you're not focused on you and what you need to do for you to get yourself aligned with all the things you say you want and all the things you say that matter, and maybe that's just conversation for you in this lifetime. Maybe it's not really meant for you to get to those next levels and those next places. And hey, we all get to choose. I could choose not to live out my purpose, but I don't want the wrath of that. And I don't mean that in a biblical or spiritual way. It's for me. The wrath for me is like, I wouldn't be happy if I don't do it, even though it feels like sacrifice. Like, I came here for this. So to do this, the other option to that, none of that looks satisfying to me. I'm with the shit of this challenge. Everybody is built differently. Some of y'all might not be with the shits all the time. Some of y'all might like, fuck this, I'm done. And here's the thing, people get to choose that too. People get to choose that, whether it's slow, fast, or quick and dirty. Smoking cigarettes every day will eventually kill you. It will eventually. It might take you through a whole bunch of seasons and layers of that destruction, but it'll get there. Not monitoring your diet, it'll kill you. It's not one of those quick and fast, but it'll get to you if you trying to get God. Woo. Okay. Every day you wake up to understand you are the assignment. Nothing else matters. Nothing. Name one thing that matters. I know some of y'all got kids and partners and parents you take care of and responsibilities, but listen, Linda. Listen. How you gonna get to them and all of that before you take care of you? And what kind of version do you think they get if you don't take care of you first? What benefit do you think you are giving your children or your parents that you caretake or the people that you serve at work? What version of you do they think they are getting if you are not taking care of you? Your needs, your happiness, your joy, your passions, your goals. Hell, your boundaries. If you don't have this in order, what do you think is supposed to happen out here? What do you think is supposed to happen? You think you can not self-care and then show up and just be happy and healthy and that's just going to be sustained? No, it's not. You think you can ignore what you really want, what you really need, and what you really want to work toward in your life? You think you can just shut that out and you're going to be happy over here? These are core functions. Self. So it's a lot of energy around getting fucking focused on the assignment. Okay? What's up, Alicia? Get fucking focused on the assignment. Quit worrying about what's my purpose. I don't know my purpose. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know blah, 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 blah. And listen. These are stages, okay? So there's going to be a time and a place for that. But at the beginning, you got to really understand, in order to get to that, in order to get to the clarity that purpose brings, you got to focus on you. It's going to be a natural, easy evolution. Because as you focus on you and do more deep diving into your own process and your own inner obstacles and self-sabotaging behaviors and limiting beliefs, when you start getting underneath that shit, it literally is like giving birth to a whole new like your eyes, it's like the sun rises for the first time. Oh, it's like it doesn't have to be like that. Oh, it's like day breaking. It doesn't have to, like, wow, there's a whole other fucking reality out here and I've been completely blind to it. Because you can't see all of that when you buried in your own bullshit. When you don't do your self-love, self-care work. When you don't do your trauma healing, adverse experiences. When you don't deal with that shit, that's the lens by which you see life. So of course you can't see all the opportunities in front of you because you're afraid, because you haven't done with this yet. Ooh, thank you. Like, of course you're not having fun in what you do and experiencing joy in your occupation because you still think that you gotta do shit you don't want to do for money. Man. Sips coffee. What's up, Tisha? Sips coffee. You are the homework. You're the day work, the afternoon work, the night work. You are the assignment. If you don't know the instructions, then you need to start getting curious, asking questions. Asking questions. Oh, that goes so far. Even if you're not asking them to somebody, write them down for yourself. Why do I ... Where did I learn this da? What about this makes me da? It's like you gotta get curious about your own process instead of thinking you know just because you've been living in this body for this long. You still don't fucking know. And how does one know they don't really know themselves? Because you don't know how to master problems in your life. You don't know how to get past obstacles. And here's the thing, it's not about a perfect science like, oh, one day I'm just gonna learn myself and I'm accomplished in life. It is a process. This life is a process. It is a game of you versus you. How are you gonna conquer yourself or beat yourself at your own game if you don't know what your strategies are? You gotta be able to recognize how you fucking move in your own chess game. Yeah, because when people do this, I naturally do that. I normally respond like that. Or when I go into these scenarios, I usually be back here like this, so then I know boom, 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 boom. Then people like that gonna do. It's like you gotta understand your own drives and motivations, your own triggers, your own reactions, your own blocks, your own limiting beliefs. Like you've gotta know your own bullshit to be able to change it. I've been doing this a long time. This is what I was born to do, is serve people. So whether it started in, K-12 education, it went into social work at the foster agency level. That went into higher education and private coaching. And here we are today, 9 years later from inception, this coaching thing. Okay. This coaching thing has allowed me to really be able to see, I'll say this counseling coaching thing, because it's not just in the last 9 years. Those of you who don't know, I am a trained counselor. I just am not a licensed one. I did not want to become licensed because I knew that wasn't my end all be all. I knew I didn't want to sit and listen to trauma in that in-depth degree, in that framework, forevermore. I knew that. So I never went for licensing on purpose. But I understand how to work with people. I understand how people work. Because we're all the fucking same. We really are. I don't care what race or what your economic background, it's the same fucking problems. My clients who have $500,000 in their bank account, I have the same fucking problems as my clients who have $50 in their bank account. I can assure you. Everybody's worried about money. Everybody's trying to find love and happiness. And when I say worried about money, I want you to know, it does not matter how much you have. I'm a living example of it in real time. It does not matter how much you have. It is a mindset. It is a mindset. I know we've seen videos and maybe even up close experiences of people who have little to nothing monetarily, but have fucking joy abounding, peace abounding, like bountifulness. Their joy is like contagious. The smile shifts your heart. And there are those with everything and bitterness and sadness in their heart. Sadness, deep fucking sadness that you can't shop away. So it's never about money. Ever is it about money. But we be using money as an excuse and a motivation to do all kinds of misaligned things in our lives. All kinds. All right. So listen, it's never about, oh, I gotta live this way because I'm trying to make money. It's never about that. It really isn't. It's never about it. It's about really understanding your purpose and why you are here, your presence. It's about really unpacking you. What is the experience you want to have in this dimension while you got a chance to? If you want to be sad, sick, and lonely and depressed, you can do that. That's your choice. We get choices. We do get to choose. Like I always tell Vic, I don't have a choice but to live this life. She was like, yes, you do. Oh, no, you have a choice. And I'm like, I don't really. Because that other option is not even viable. That's not a viable option. So therefore, I don't feel like I have a choice. But we do. We all have choices. They say, you can get with this, or you can get with that. Or you can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that, or you can get with this, because this is kind of fat. Period. You got to know you're going to get a song. I have to sing every now and again to like break up the energy. It's like more of like a stress reliever for me. And I think it's kind of fun too. Gotta shake up that energy a little bit though. So, you can keep waking up every day and making everybody else the problem. The conditions, the people, the person that said that thing to you, the person who didn't do it right in your childhood. You can make it about all those people, and that's why you are the way you are, and that's why it's happening the way you're happening. Or you can get to reality, which says that it doesn't, like, I'm the one projecting this reality out here, so whatever I'm seeing out here is what I'm getting back. Which not necessarily reality. It's just reality is what I define it to be. Reality is what I define it to be. For people who like to use social pressure to get their way and get, manipulate people, they don't want you thinking for yourself. They want you to think that reality is what they tell you it is. No, this is your reality. If you don't do this, this, and this, you're going to then be damned to hell or be doomed forever or be broke and lonely. It's like letting other people tell you how to live this life in this dimension. Listen, you can do that. I don't recommend it. 0 stars. I don't recommend it. Because when you start living your life through the projection of somebody else's vision, how they think it should go and how they're trying to convince you need to move in it, it's like you lose yourself. You lose track of your own personal truth. You get disconnected from what really feels real to you because you're like listening to somebody else. Well, like, And this is what social pressure or social conditioning, this is what cultural norms will do to us. It will make us think a certain way. And quite honestly, that's been the great ambition I'll just say that. That's been with great intention to get a lot of people to think a certain way, that this is your reality. And if you stop for a second to like tune in to what feels right, what feels whole and complete for you, and you're like, no, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. But other people will tell you that no, you're not your assignment. Your assignment is to pay taxes and die. Your assignment is to get married and have children and have a picket fence and, you know, buy a home and do all the things. That is the prescription. That's the goal that you're supposed to want. You're supposed to want to work on a job for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and then retire from that one, because to jump around, you're irresponsible. You're being inconsistent. That's unstable. See that messaging? Meanwhile, there are some of us literally who are meant to move, meant to pivot, meant to experiment, meant to try different things. And we've got that conditioning that says, do it this way, only this way. That's the only way it's supposed to get done. Whew. Okay. So it's a lot of energy around getting clear about what the assignment is. You are it. And what it isn't, correct. You are it. Tap, tap, you're it. You play tag, freeze tag, or some shit. Or we say, 1, 2, 3, not it.
Right.
1, 2, 3. You try to get it real fast. 1, 2, 3, not it. Oh no, you're it. You're it. You are it.
You're always it.
And you're always it. For every problem you think you have, for every pain point that breaks your heart, for every situation that isn't what you prefer, you are the assignment. You, baby, you. Baby, you. Don't play me. I got a little something. A little something. Don't laugh at me. Listen, you gotta have fun with this life, man. Me acting a clown on the internet is me letting my authentic self just be without judging her as needing to do anything else like, oh, how are they gonna think? Listen, that's your business what you think. Because why? I am this assignment. And I know that I've spent plenty of time in my history drawing my energy back, wondering how people would receive it. What are they going to think? How are they going to feel? What are... No, that's real. I came to realize that this is a game of me versus me. It's not me versus you or anybody else. It's me versus me. Every situation is me versus me. Every unmet desire is me versus me. Every perceived failure is me versus me. Every perceived regret, me versus me. Any bit of shame is me versus me. Self-love, me versus me. All the things is like you in a certain, and they're giving me certain, you're in a certain competition with yourself at all times. Okay, certain as in guaranteed. Not type, but guaranteed. Like certainly. In competition with yourself everywhere you turn. It's like every person in your life is a mirror back to you. Every one of them. The guy at the car dealership, the lady at the restaurant, is like everywhere you turn is interactions that show you who you are and how you are. who you are and how you are, everywhere you turn. And sometimes that shit we get back, we're like, I don't like that. And sometimes you might get some shit back that they don't like, but you're like, yeah, that's me though. That's what I meant to say. That's how I am to do it. So it's like really paying attention to your own process. It's really paying attention to how you move in the world. It's a lot of energy around that. If you're trying to change some shit, you can't be focused outside of you to create the change. It's like, well, I just need to move. Or I just gotta hope that that person transfers to a different division. Or, it's always something or somebody else outside that needs to shift in order for your joy to kick in. Nope, not true. Nope, not at all. Nobody needs to change a thing, okay? You might need to make some adjustments because that is what you get to control, okay? Absolutely is. Okay, for every fucking problem you have, you're at the epicenter of it. So to look at everybody else as the problem is a problem. You miss all of the magic of the moment. When you are only looking outside as what everybody else needs to do in order for you to be okay, you miss it. And I'm gonna tell you, this is something that in my older age, I've really committed to. In my younger years, it's like, nah, you're the fucking problem, and that's how I see it, and that's what I said. But now it's like I can see that mirror. It's like, okay, they may be the problem, and two things can be true. You may have been a contributor to the problem. I was doing this with a client yesterday. Like, gotta get close. Look at yourself. So yeah, this is a season of self-mastery, y'all. Self-mastery. Mastery, to practice something until you get better, more proficient. Self, in and of yourself, you. In and of, related to, pertaining to you. So some of y'all don't have the first clue as to where to start with that. It's like we can't see ourselves because we are being ourselves. So it does require you to shift into another gear of observation within your own experience. This is why things like mindfulness and meditation are important, is because it allows you to practice watching yourself. Because most of us just out here just doing. We just fucking doing shit and moving and shaking and hustling and grinding and surviving. We just out here with shit to do. We are distracted. We're not focused on ourselves. All of our energy is going outward towards something or somebody or some place, and we have no awareness of what the fuck is going on over here. We just don't. We're literally not paying attention to it until we force ourselves to sit down somewhere. As someone recently said, when he just sits down and stares at the wall, because he's a busybody, he's got a lot of things going on. When he sits down and goes home at night, he just stares at the wall. And he's like, that's probably weird. I'm like, no, it's grounding is what it is. It's grounding. It's like eliminating all the distraction. I'm just going to look at this fucking wall right here. That's literally what people do in meditation. You find a focal point. Even if you're looking at this wall, find a focal point. Whether it's this little patch right here that's flat, or maybe it's the corner edge of where the tile meets right here, is putting your attention right there and fucking focus for a second. See if you can maintain your attention in one singular spot for a moment. And this is not the only way to meditate or practice mindfulness, but this is the most simple way. You don't have to physically get up to do anything. If you have sight to see, you find a focal point and just hold your attention on it and breathe. That's it. Hold your gaze in one spot and breathe. In and out. Slowly. Trying to force to go too fast or go too slow, just noticing and resting in it. For some of you, this is the most you've been quiet in the mind in months. Dare I say years. Even just the art of putting your attention on one spot. Some of you feel the resistance of that, like your eyes naturally want to look around and see what else is going on, or you might find it hard to just hold that steady in your mind. I'm not even asking you to keep your body still. But you may need to do that in order to hold your attention there. And I don't want you to just stare blindly at the spot. I want you to examine that spot. Do you see any shadows or any nooks or crannies in it? What color would you say that is? It's like holding our attention be the fucking hardest thing to do. Especially now. I'm on the internet. I be scrolling my ass off all day and night, morning, noon, night. Everywhere I go, my phone is there. I'm fucking scrolling. And I'm scrolling from this app to that app, back to that app, and this DM to that DM, to this email, to that page, to this, that. It's like our brains in this day and age, they don't get a break. We don't even get a break when we go to sleep. Mind be moving a mile a minute, even though your body is laying down at rest. Our attention is so key to our health and well-being. Just that. Even before we start talking about any new routines and habits and strategies and all that shit, your fucking attention. Your attention. Like, we don't give undivided attention to shit no more. Not one thing. Even while I'm talking to you, I'm sitting here channeling a message and drinking a cup of coffee. About to cook something to eat. Doing 3 things at one time. Don't even recognize it because we're so programmed to it. As opposed to me sitting here, even if I want to choose to record you, but not acknowledge you and just enjoy my cup of coffee. I've been drinking this whole cup. It's damn near almost gone. And I could tell you only 1 or 2 things about it, like the flavor and the temperature. I don't remember the coffee actually touching my mouth, the mug hitting my lip, the way I can be mindfully aware of feeling now the temperature of the mug that feels a little cool. And it feels hard. Like, yeah, I know that. I don't need to feel that every time I drink. But to be that mindfully aware of sensations in your body and in your environment in real time, attention. I'm standing up right now. I'm just now starting to notice that my feet are touching the floor and my hip is leaning up against this counter. I'm not noticing that. I'm just talking and drinking coffee. It's those little nuances that we are missing in our lives every single day because we are outward focused. We focus on what we're going to say to so-and-so and how so-and-so, what we're going to do about this and what's going to happen with that. We are everywhere else but right here. So it's like for every problem that you ever want to solve in your life, you got to get your attention clear. And it can't be on what who else is doing, huh? It's like sitting with yourself. And when I say practicing self-awareness, some of y'all in your misguided ways take that as self-judgment immediately, to start criticizing and critiquing and judging how you move or why you move and why it look like that or why you don't do this. It's like, that ain't here and now either. You back off here in some other judgment or up here in some other judgment, but here and now, I'm just asking you to observe what's happening. No one says you got to do something about it or you should have thought about it differently. It's like, be here now with the shit. Paying attention to your sensory experience on a daily basis, coming to make sure you put your attention down here. How does this feel? What am I sensing? Okay, it's like bringing your awareness and your awareness down to your body so that you can become more alert and attuned to what is happening in your environment beyond what you think about it or how you want to perceive it. They say your body keeps score. Woo. Okay, let me take a break. Sorry, I've been standing up. All right, let me see what some of these comments is talking about. Y'all resonate with this? Y'all listening? Like the video if you resonate. Okay. Best worst news ever. I am the problem and the solution. Girl, okay? Girl. That is the gag. Vic said that's the gag. Yes. The problem starts and ends with us. That is the whole gag. Okay? The problem starts and ends with you. It's a real need for everybody in here to commit to themselves, to recommit to getting to know themselves. And here's the hard part, because even as I say that, I'm like, my ego mind is like, the people who really need to hear that ain't gonna hear that shit. Because there's people in here that feel like they got it all figured out already, even though their life is fucked up. Feel like you got it all figured out and you are really not even having fun in your life. Again, that's the litmus test. It's not anybody else's judgment around what you should have or what you should be doing or what's not happening. And no, how do you feel about your existence? That is your litmus test, is if it's working or not. Every time I go to say this, it almost feels crazy to say it out loud, but it is the truth. I'm as broke as I have ever been in my life and the most happy. Like, make it make sense, Lord. Make it make sense. I'm the most free as I've ever been. Unattached to anything. And even when my ego mind tries to jump in there like, yeah, but you don't have the dollars and cents that you want to see, that don't even matter to me no more right now. And I wish I knew more clearly why. Like I know, but it's like I got magic in these hands. It's like I have everything I need. I can draw in everything I need from one place, which is alignment and being grounded. That's two places. It's really one. Doing two things to get me to one place. Staying grounded and moving in alignment. Do you know how excited I am about this season of my life? Like, I have never been this excited about my life. Somebody might say, well, you only got one place up, only one way to go is up. That's not true. There are plenty of things that could be going a different direction right now. This is definitely not a rock bottom. I've been to a rock bottom moment. Trust me, I have been to a rock bottom moment. And quite honestly, I had money at the time. Shit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Holy shit. Oh my God. God is so good. It's got all the chills. Okay. We be thinking it's supposed to be about the money, bro. We assign everything in our fucking world around money. And that'd be the driving force for our relationships, for the job we pick, for where we want to live or hope to live. It's like, it determines so much shit. And don't get me wrong, I understand very clearly it has its place, but it's not about money, it's about abundance. It's like if you can have all the ways to bring in everything you want, money is one small piece of that. Not the main, not the only, not the primary. It's one small piece of that. One very small piece. And I know it'd be feeling like the whole fucking puzzle. How do I get this dough? That is one small piece. It's one small, narrow way to bring in the abundance that you want. And dare I say, that you are entitled to. It's your birthright to come into this land and experience its milk and honey. It is for you. It's for you. We be moving like the world is literally against us. We move like the world is against us. I'm getting all the chills, man. We move like the world is against us because we out here trying to navigate the world to get the abundance. And the abundance is sourced from within. It's a mindset. All right.
I think they're getting it, baby.
I know they're getting it. I know it. It's getting us. Shit. It's a mindset. I was on the internet this morning and this girl was on there, and God bless her heart. I don't want to feel or seem insensitive because I've been there. Vic's been there. I almost sent you the piece, Vic, because it was, Vic called me from work when she was still working, just unhinged, fed up with herself, could not do this reality no more. And she was just like, I'm done. I can't. I'm done. I don't know, but I can't, and I'm done. Does that sum it up? I can't. I don't know, but I'm done.
Yeah, that is very good.
I mean, 3 hours in, that was the essence of the conversation.
Yeah.
And listen, I've had my moment like, oh fuck no, I'm done. I can't, and I'm not, and I won't, and I'm done. And so this girl on the internet was in her car crying about, how, she's tired, she's tired of working a job that she don't love. She don't love this job. She don't want to do it no more. She don't want to do it no more. She's crying because she don't want to do it no more. And my little pea-head brain is like, well, bitch, quit. This is not hard. This is not hard. That's not true. I understand very much so. It is hard. It is hard to disconnect your thinking away from your abundance being attached to a paycheck.
That's extremely hard.
That is extremely hard. And for some of you, depending on how you were raised, because some of y'all grew up with little to nothing, to where you had a longing for that money for a long time. You had a longing for that money, because that money was seen as your ticket out or your ticket up or your ticket to somewhere else but there. So that attachment grew stronger and stronger and stronger. And maybe you saw people who didn't manage money well or didn't have a lot of money coming in. It's like all of those conditioning aspects make for a belief system that is real entrenched in this mindset that money is my key, the key to my success. Getting more of it so that I can experience my life the way I want to. Very narrow, limited thinking. Erroneous thinking. Dead wrong thinking.
But very popular.
But yeah, not just very popular, very intentional. This is conditioning. You're made to believe this. Let's go back, 3,000 years or so. Let's go back about 4,000 years when spirituality really ruled the earth. Intuitive living really ruled the universe. Where money was not an object yet. You think everybody was just sitting around sad because they didn't have no currency or no access to get what they wanted? At a very primal level, we have a knowing of what to do and how to do it, how to get our needs met with nothing. It's like animals. I know we don't classify ourselves in the same species as this, in the same realm as those species, but we are just a species too. We have just different functions and different capabilities. But we also are very much the same. We operate instinctively and intuitively unless we've been tampered with. Unless we've been conditioned to not. It's like we were born in alignment. Do you think a baby is just going to sit there and have a need without expressing it out loud? They intuitively know what to do to get their needs met. It's not like they have a baby convention like, okay, so you're going to do this thing called cry. And when they cry, they're going to hear you. And then they're going to do something about it to make you feel better. There's no baby convention where this is said. It's instinctive. All right, hold on. So it's a lot of energy around us reconnecting with that part of us that just knows what to do. It doesn't have to filter through any rational thought. It doesn't have to long for it. It just knows how to move with intuition to get its needs met. It being your soul self. The most primal part of you knows what it needs. It's no different than your heartbeat, than your lung function. It's no different than your circulation system. It fucking knows what to do, and you're not telling it. It knows. Okay. So I keep trying to kind of wind down out of this, and it's just like an engine. It just keeps revving up. So let me see if I need to pull some of these cards. Oh, you have that book, Body Keeps the Score? When I was having 2 cycles a month due to being stressed the fuck out at my last job, I knew the expiration had come. Oh, girl, when I started pulling up to the job with heart palpitations, I was like, oh yeah, this is done. When I fucking pull up in the driveway and start getting that, oh no. Oh no. Oh, I knew it was a wrap. I was scared. I was afraid to have to accept that, but I could not unsee that. I could not acknowledge that. The fuck? I'm out here about to have a whole fucking panic attack just trying to go to the job. The fuck? It's first thing in the morning. It ain't even been no shit to happen yet. Not yet. So wait for it. For real though, I knew that shit was a wrap. Okay.
See, you had to care, just know about self-care. You had to care about that part. Notice it and make it.
I don't know about all of it. I don't know that I was moving with that kind of level intention, Vicky. I just was like, this is a red flag. It was a red fucking flag for me.
That's what I'm saying. You paid attention to it. Some people keep on pulling it up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, she's saying that people will still ignore that. Yeah, that's true. I don't recommend that. That's the intent. That is literally the essence of the conversation.
It's not sustainable.
Not only is it not sustainable, it's like a wound you're self-inflicting. It's an injury that it's like you think it's the people and the places and the job. No, I could have sat there and blamed them. They stressing me out. No, they're not. I'm stressing myself out by putting myself in this condition every day. Every day I show up and put myself in this condition. I ain't got nobody to blame but myself.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Yeah, that is where you was. Because you were like, Vic was like, basically, I know I need to not be here, but. And she was mad at herself for continuing to show up there, knowing that it wasn't for her. But if we just keep doing what's not working because that feels safer than, as they say, the devil we don't know. And I hate that saying because it shrouds mystery and uncertainty with fear. When you could get excited. You could get real excited. This is like a moment of liberation. I've heard that story spoken around slavery. That even once the slaves got free, they were still afraid to go out into the world and create for themselves. They felt safer doing what was familiar, even though it was catastrophic and destructive for them in every way possible. I'm telling you, this mindset and this ideology is just a whole fucking generational cancer. Some of you were hardwired in your conditioning to think that life needs to look a certain way in order for you to be a successful individual. You're hardwired to think it. So when you see other people that move differently, you're like, wait, hold on. That ain't right. I could never. This is the shit that we tell ourselves that keep us in bondage in patterns and routines that are literally tearing us apart. Disconnecting us more and more and more from our physical body because we rationalize it and justify it and rationalize and justify it to make it make sense when everything neck down is saying, I'm tired. I don't want this no more. This don't feel good to me no more. All right. Working on the untethering. That's what untethering process. Yeah. I got a program about that. Want to hear it? Here you go. In real life, we have a program for people in that position, trying to transition out of a career into something that is more purposeful. Or as I say, from your career into your calling.
Wrote a song about it. Want to hear it?
Want a song about it? Want to hear it? Here you go. Damn, my ass need to stretch. This shit feels good, huh? Lower back is lower backing right now. All right, get the cards, Ronnie. Holy cannoli. You are the assignment. You are the assignment. But you are. The work that you need to get up and do every day is about you. those of you who keep saying, I don't have enough time I have to get up earlier to do my morning routine. Well, what the fuck else is more important? What is more important than you grounding so you are better equipped to take on your day? You practicing listening so that you can get clear as to what your focus needs to be. You taking the time to nurture your body, your mind, your spirit before you jump into the demands of other people. What is more important? And how do you justify it being more important? How do you tell yourself that everybody else deserves the best of you more than you do? This message just is in y'all ass. I'm part of y'all. You hear this, Vicky?
I'm listening.
How do you justify it? You can't squeeze out 30 minutes just for you to be with you in quiet and peace and solitude and create a pretty scene and an aesthetic that feels good and let that vibration take over, put a little aromatherapy, get your little tea, a little snack, and some bullshit. Like, do what you do for you first. Read, write, journal, move, organize your day, give thanks to your higher power. Some affirmations of love and respect to yourself. What the fuck else you got to do that's so important? I get that it may not be part of your automatic or autonomic process, but you got to ask yourself, what is more important? I am the assignment. If I'm the assignment, I have got to put the time, energy, and effort into studying myself, taking care of myself, understanding myself. Because it's actually not about them. The reason why I can't attract a quality partner is not because I'm not out at the scene and in the club, it's not because I'm not doing that. It's because I'm not whole and complete with me yet. I'm not even paying attention to me. I'm out here trying to catch, but I can't attract what I'm trying to catch. So like, it's not them. It's not because there's pee in the dating pool, as you say. It's not them. It's you. And it's not you from a you're wrong or you're not doing it right. It's something you still need to master within you. You're not ready. I can't. People say, oh, well, I'm ready. No, you're not. You're not. And the ones that be the most thirsty are the most not ready. You're the most not ready. You feeling the frustration of feeling alone and you're not ready. I know it's been 10 years or 6 years or whatever it's been, but you're still not fucking ready. And just because time has passed doesn't mean you've been doing your work. You have changed very little about yourself in the last 5 years, wondering why you can't make a better match. Somebody ain't gonna like that. And listen, anytime you get triggered in these conversations, I ain't talking to nobody in particular. I can guarantee you that. Anytime it's say a hit dog will holler, okay? If you're like, no, she's not talking. Yes, I am. You're in this collective message. Don't shut that shit out just because you don't agree with it. You're not ready. Why can't you find the job that you want and that really would be all that you need? Is that you're not aligned with it yet. You're not ready. There's some shit that you need to unpack around your unreadiness. Well, no, I am ready because I finished school and and all the logistical 3D reasons why you can justify you think you're ready. No, you're not ready because it ain't here. I can guarantee you when you're ready, when the time is right, it will come right in seamlessly, effortlessly, without you trying to, quote, figure it out. Here it goes. It just pops up right in front of you. Weren't even looking for it. But you were aligned with it. That's how you know you're ready, is it lines up. That doesn't make you a bad person or a negligent person, an incompetent person. It's just unready, which means that you need to be doing something else to get ready. And if you are sitting there like, oh, I figured it all out and ain't nothing else for me to do, I'm just gotta wait. No, you gotta still get ready. There's something else that needs to be done. Even if it's just spending more time with yourself, getting to know yourself and love yourself and create vision that is for yourself. It could be any number of things that need to be done in that meanwhile that you're not paying attention to because you're just sitting over here mad because you're ready and it ain't here. All right. So we got this embrace uncertainty card. Okay. Now remember when I was talking about you being the goal, you being the assignment. It's not about purpose. It's not about finding the clarity of that next job. It's not about getting to the outcome so then, I don't have to feel uncomfortable or feel unsure, unclear about my path. It's like, just let me get from this step to where I want to be. No, that's not how this works. It's not about the outcome. It is about the process. You are the process. The process is you. Learning to understand, learning to love, learning to get curious, learning to master. You are the assignment. But again, some of you all can commit to really coming to learn yourself and discover yourself and grow within yourself because you're not willing to embrace things like uncertainty. Those of you who like clear paths to success and clear outcomes, and you don't want to quote make a mistake or quote waste time. You just want to know what to do so you can go do it. You are still lost on this conversation. Because the conversation is not about doing to get to an outcome. It's about committing to the process of becoming who you need to be that then unveils this purpose naturally. It will naturally pop up what you are here to do, how you're here to do it. When you embrace step one, I'm here. I don't know how to get to all of that, but I'm committing to this unfolding that I know will reveal it eventually. That's how that works. It is an unfolding. Becoming is an unfolding. Purpose is a state of becoming. You don't just wake up and go do purpose like a job. Purpose is something that is birthed from the inside out. Inside out. But you don't know what's inside yet. And you're certainly not willing to take a quote risk on something that you don't know is for sure. Like, where is this going? You got to be okay with not knowing that part. That clarity is not coming as a linear line that you just keep walking forward toward. It comes as one fucking step. One clear thing you're aware of. Okay, I'm not fucking happy. Ding. Now, where I go from here, I don't know. Embrace that shit. Embrace it. Embrace it. Let it be a thing. Let it be okay that you don't know. Allow yourself to want something more and not know how you're going to get it. Like, step one. Like, to embrace something more, not know how you're going to get it. Because that kicks off the journey of exploration and manifestation and alignment. Y'all gonna get stuck on this. A lot of y'all gonna get stuck on this one. My control freaks don't do well with uncertainty. My scaredy cats don't do well with uncertainty. My non-believers don't do well with uncertainty. Hell, the believers believers don't do well with uncertainty. People who claim to believe in a higher power do not do well with uncertainty. Go figure that. It's not a judgment, it's an observation. How good is your belief in that higher power if you can't hold space for uncertainty? This is what some of you all really need to center your attention in on. Like, this is foundational to becoming your best self. Foundational. You got to be okay with not knowing what comes next, because life is going to deliver it for you when it's time. Whew, okay. I like this card. I don't know why. But we've got the word enchanted. Enchanted. So you keep hearing me talk about this kind of natural curiosity about self. Like, you gotta want to learn about yourself. You got to want to, enchanted, to have a desire, an interest, take interest in. You gotta have a desire to wanna know. And here, I respect people who don't wanna know. I can't work with them, but I can respect it. You know, denial is a hell of a drug. Keeps people feeling real safe and cozy in a protected bubble. Okay? It's like, if I really open up this box to really look and see what I got going on, I don't know if I really want to go there. I might see some shit I don't really want to see, and, you know, have to accept some truths I don't really want to accept. Hey, I respect that. And that's why a lot of people don't go into coaching. I'll do a discovery call with somebody, and then they'll hem and haw, and it's never a conversation about money. It's never a conversation about money. Even if people are like, yeah, I gotta look at my budget. It's never a fucking conversation about money. Okay? It never is really at the heart of it. I let people say what they don't say, but it never is about the money. And our price point is a premium price point. It still is never about the money. It's about the desire. The desire to go there, to really look at yourself with a fine-tooth comb, to really see how you show up and show out. And I mean that in the best of ways and the worst of ways. You gotta want to see yourself. You gotta wanna look underneath the hood. You know, buying a used car, like, oh, it's pretty on the outside, it must be good. You drive that shit 5 blocks and it breaks down. Whole motor fall out of the fucker. Because you never really took the time to see what was really going on. Took it for surface value. And many of you just take yourself as surface value. That's just how I am. Or you say things like, that's just how I was raised, without really being able to break down those dynamics and how it really has influenced you in positive and negative ways. Because here's the thing, once we start becoming more aware of ourselves and we start really breaking down our process and our drives and motivations and our urges and our trust issues and all the things therein, once we start really looking at that shit, we then become naturally more accountable to change. Again, you can't unsee it. You can decide you ain't gonna do shit about it, but you can't unsee it. And so to avoid all of that, sometimes people will come and do a whole coaching discovery call, and then I'm listening for willingness, not just, you know, problems and pain points. I'm listening for the willingness to change. I'm listening for it intently. Because I know if this person does not really have a willingness to do some shit different, it's going to be a waste of all of our time. And I don't like to waste my time, to be honest with you. Not even for money. I don't like it. Doesn't happen very often, but every now and again, I'll have it's only happened maybe 2 times where I've had a client sign up for sessions and then fall off somewhere therein. got 3 months of service and they fall off somewhere week 6, 7. And they go ghost. And I'm like, okay, I know it's already paid for. So truly, I could just walk away like, thanks for paying that nice fat bill without redeeming all your service. But that is not what I want. That's never going to be what I want. I do this work to help people transform, to change, to grow, evolve. That is why I do this work. I don't do this just for a check. That's not, I don't work for money. Money is not, I'm not a slave to money. I'm just not. I'm not. And I know that's a psychology that gets real lost on a lot of people. But you need money. You have skills and things you can do. There's not, you can make money. That should tell you I'm not in it for that. That should tell you I'm not in it for that. Do I charge a premium price for the gifts and the talents, the insights, the depth and breadth of wisdom that I share, that is learned and lived? Do I channel messages? Yeah, I expect to be compensated for the investment. Yes, it is a mutual and reciprocal exchange. But I'm not going to accept money when I don't feel like I can create change and transformation in somebody. And if I don't think they are committed to the process, it doesn't serve either one of us. I can't get a testimonial out of, yeah, they only came 6 sessions and fell off. That's the testimonial from my perspective. They may say, well, I got a lot of value out of it. I just had some other shit going on. That's not the testimonial that I get. The testimonial I get is that they fell off and I wasn't able to support them. I don't want that on my record. I want 100% completion out of all of my clients, 100%. So if I don't feel like I can get that kind of level of commitment on the front end, it's like, hey, let's not waste each other's time. I got other people who actually want to be helped. And even if my client roster is slow, I got other things to do that bring more value than playing around with you that's not serious. That's me. Everybody's different. I know plenty of coaches that will take your money and run and be done with you, and that's that. Sometimes I wish I was that way. Sometimes my ego mind is like, man, fuck all this caring shit. Fuck all this transfer. People really don't want to change anyway. My ego mind can go to that very easily. People say they want to change, but they don't really want to fucking change. They want to be able to do what they're still doing, but get a different outcome. Holy cannoli. So the card says enchanted. Okay. So yeah, it's given. You got to really find interest in yourself. If you want to change outcomes in your life, you have got to take a deeper interest in yourself. You've got to get curious. You've got to get excited to get better, to be different, to grow. Get excited. You know what it feels like to get excited about some shit? Most people will get excited about money. Let somebody call them like, oh, okay, I'm about to drop, $100K in your bank account right now. I just want you to know, so when you get it, don't be tripping because it's come from a good place and I got you. Boop. You're like, oh shit. Ah! 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 Like excited, like bursting with it. That's what I'm talking about, excited. To get excited about your life being different, about being able to feel a different way about yourself. Even if you're doing the same things, you now feel different. Get excited about that. Get excited to feel joy because you are in alignment with a different reality. Get excited about that shit. Think about how everything is working out for you. See every situation in your life, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, as being value added that is leading you closer to where you want to be, not further away. Get excited about the deep healing that no longer will linger behind you as you move through life, like dragging. It's like Erykah Badu, Bag Lady. Sing it. Bag lady, you gon' miss your bus. You can't hurry up, 'cause you got too much stuff. They just take off running.
From you, it's true.
Oh, yes, they do.
One day, you don't say.
There it is.
I thought she was gonna feel it, 'cause you always feel that.
I said one day
You don't say.
you crowd in my space.
He said one day,
He gon' say.
you crowd in my space.
One more time. One day.
One day,
Oh, shit.
he don't say, you crowd in my space.
Everybody with me?
Have life.
Shit. Okay.
Have life.
Yeah, girl. Damn, is that thunderclouds right now?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's keep it moving.
Like I said,
You did so good. Like buckwheat. You did so good. Okay. This message is kind of lengthy today. Okay. We got a couple more card decks. Let's get through this. Excuse me.
I said no, sir.
Yeah, sing it, Vicky Lee.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, she got me. Pack light. Remember this card came out? This card keep coming out, and I like this for us because it's giving this vibes. Okay. It's giving the vibes. So, the word provision is coming real hard and fast. Okay, provision. Okay. What does provision mean? To be provided for. Okay. So as we are talking about not chasing money, not chasing a job, a career, not even chasing purpose, but really changing that assignment to you, focusing on you. The goal is to master you. So think of it as university of you, okay? University of you. You about to try and get a AA, a BA, a MA, a PhD, and all the things. Nobel Peace Prize in you, okay? That's the goal, is to study yourself so closely, so intently, without judgment, but just with understanding, so you can identify where you need to change course. Whether it be in your attitude, your behaviors, or your choices. What I call the ABCs. The attitudes, behaviors, and choices. That's what you're studying. Okay? That's what you're trying to master. Your attitudes, behaviors, and choices that are creating outcomes. But you don't go focusing on the outcomes, because then you lost on how you got there. Got to start studying your attitudes, behaviors, and choices. It is only when you do that that you're going to be able to put yourself naturally in alignment with your provision. Okay. So for whatever you might feel afraid of right now or unsure of, feeling uncertainty around, your prayers get answered when you get your attitudes, behaviors, and choices in alignment, and you can't do that thinking about the end outcome. It's in the moment. What am I thinking about right now? What kinds of actions or behaviors am I engaged in around this right now? What are the choices that I have the option to make right now that align with those outcomes and those experiences, those relationships, those opportunities? Whew. Gotta study, y'all. You do your homework. You do your assignment. You get the provision. It's that simple. So as I was talking shit about old girl that was sitting in her car crying because she don't want to do her job no more, it's like, bitch, quit. Quit. Reroute. That don't mean quit and sit on your ass. It's quit and do something else. Do something that feels better. We be thinking the punishment is going to come on the back end of choosing higher vibrational experiences. How do we make that make sense? Who told you that if you do things that actually make you happy, that you will suffer? Where are you getting this math? Are you looking at other people who have attempted things that they have quote failed at in your eyes? They made a mistake. Every day I'm on the internet, there's somebody talking about, oh, I'm about to go back and get a W-2 job because my business ain't da 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 da. And then my question is not like, no, why would they do that? My question really goes to, well, what led you to start that business, that particular business at that particular time? It wasn't aligned. Or were you just out here doing some shit? Because you're probably right. You probably do need to do something different if you started that endeavor in a misaligned way. You're probably right. I don't know if it's a W-2, might be. But if you already off top jumped into some shit haphazardly and not in a spiritually aligned way because you got a calling toward it, or it actually aligns with something that, you know, the universe is calling forth from you. If you just thought of a great business idea that'd make a lot of money and jumped into that shit and now you're falling flat on your face, money was your driving force? No wonder. No fucking wonder. All right. What deck is this? This is the Animal Apothecary. It's this one. It's that one. Had this deck for a little while. Oh, look at this. We had this card yesterday, actually, or one of these days. Shake, release, heal, and move on. So again, I'll keep saying, for everybody that says that they're ready for something that is not here, you're not ready yet. Okay? Let's just get that as a fundamental understanding point so you can get out of this bitterness, okay, and this attitude that says, I deserve what I don't have right now, okay? And yeah, you may deserve it, but it ain't time, baby. In the meantime, what you need to be focused on is, what do you need to let go of? What do you need to heal? Okay? What is this baggage? What's in the bag? Some of you have eons and eons and oodles of baggage that you still haven't unpacked. Still haven't unpacked it. Wondering why you don't have provision and clarity and that sense of drive and purpose and meaning and all the things that we say we want in life. You wondering, where is all this magic that I'm supposed to be experiencing in my life, and you ain't done dealing with this shit over here that literally is a dark cloud over you. You got a dark cloud over you trying to walk in new light, and it don't go that way. You got to fucking clean this shit up first. And it may be an ongoing, lifelong journey of continuing to clean it up, but it's a lot of shit that, again, it's like you ain't even touched it. Whew. All right. And, you know, I feel like I want to say to that, you know, doing emotional healing work, shadow work, it's an ongoing process. You know, Just because you become aware of something doesn't mean you've processed it. You may give yourself permission every now and again to go back to a vivid memory that tells you, there were some real problems in your upbringing or in your previous experiences that, didn't feel good to you. That's not shadow work. That's just an acknowledgement. That might be the beginning. That awareness, that acknowledgement is the beginning. But the work of actually processing it means that you got to connect to the emotionality of it. You might need to actually go back and remember some details that don't feel good, which is why we usually block shit out. And we don't even have to like push the button in our brain. Our brain just psychologically wants to defend and protect us, so it just shuts out a bunch of shit. It's almost like it never happened. It's like that shit is still in your aura. That shit is still following behind you. Bingo, why are you stepping on my foot? What's happening, babe? Oh, it's the thunder. Okay, he's scared. Bingo is like, we're real close right now. Okay. It's okay, puppy pup. So what kind of support are you offering? It's okay, puppy pup. Verbal reassurance. Bingo's a cute pup. He's not a pup, he's an old dog. Say hi to the people. He's scared. I know, he's scared. It's a little bit of thunder outside. Oh, you are the assignment. The fact that I've been standing up for almost 2 hours is crazy. It's 1:11 on the clock. Hello there. Okay. I guess it hasn't been 2 hours. It's what? An hour and 12 minutes. Wait, no, it's 100 and... No, that's not true. It has been almost 2 hours. All right, hold on. My back hurts. I got one more deck. Not this one. Wait, they bring me back to this one now. So, what is this? Cut your losses. See, y'all not trying to hear this shit. I'm trying to tell you. I know it. I know how this works. Y'all not trying to hear this shit. Cut your losses means let go of anything that no longer resonates. And I mean, y'all got a chokehold on shit that don't resonate. A chokehold on it, okay? Like holding on for dear life to some shit you don't want. Make it make sense. Bingo, I'm feeling a little bit crowded. Like, I'm not. So, sound like we both got problems.
Pretty much.
Bingo looking at me like, what you want me to do? Okay, what you want me to do?
Animal's hearing is way better than ours. So
he hears shit from a mile away right now.
It's okay.
Cut your losses. Let's play this out like hypothetically, okay? That if we really having like honest conversations with yourselves, with ourselves, I'll say myself also, it's like, you know when it's time to let go of something. And you know when you're also still clamoring to hold on. You know the difference. I know the difference. I know when it's time to let go and it's time for me to move around. I know the difference. Some of you know the difference too. But still holding on. Holding on. It's like holding on for fear of loss, but you're already losing. Ooh. Uh-oh. Holding on for fear of loss, but you're already losing. Already losing. Holding on for dear life. Girl, you ain't alone. I mean, if that's any consolation, you are not alone. This is a part of the human condition. You know I'm saying bye-bye. Bye, love. Bye-bye. Goodbye, baby. So it's a lot of energy as I'm pulling tarot. I've been having fun pulling tarot the last couple days, so I'm gonna go with it a little bit more. This Queen of Pentacles energy is she's real reflective on her material world. Pentacles represent things in the material world. Real reflective. And I feel like that's what's necessary right now. Okay. It's not necessary to jump ship on everything that you just hate right now. Okay. Because that's a lot of change at one time, unless they're giving me that's the fool's journey, is to take those kind of risks, make those kind of leaps, those kind of quantum leaps. But it's just like right now, step one, just start paying attention to shit that don't add up to your ideal vision. Okay. If this job that you have, this relationship, if where you live and the friendships and all the things, if all of that thing, all those things really are lining up with your ideal, that don't qualify as something to cut out. You don't want to cut out something that's a good thing, that feels great, okay? Not that you think is a good idea, but it feels great, okay? That's not necessary to cut out. But it is a good time for you to start reflecting. You know, I had to go back to my vision board recently. Like, do I really want all this shit right here? And some of the shit I had to like remodify because I'm like, no, I don't want that actually. I'm willing to let this go because that's actually not even important to me anymore. Or it actually isn't what I thought it would be, so I don't need that. It's like taking inventory of what really matters most, what you desire. What you desire. Is it what you fucking desire? You don't even have to do nothing. Just literally get connected to that feeling of discontent. Now, some of y'all won't even allow that to fully in. You just moving, shaking, doing, just an automatic pilot still, just doing all the things. But when you really slow that shit down and you sitting in it, do I really like this? Do I really enjoy this? Do I really want this? Again, that requires you to have to be real honest with yourself. But it's like sitting in that contemplation, okay? Sitting in it, letting it in, allowing yourself to fully register the feeling, okay? So this Nine of Wands energy, I normally wouldn't read this like this, but it does feel like defensive energy, okay? It's like the things that, and it doesn't feel like necessarily your defensive energy, it's like others being defensive. So as you start to kind of requalify relationships and choices and the viability of certain opportunities, as you start really looking at that shit and start measuring up against the rubric of your happiness, you know, like, does this make me happy? Does this fulfill me, satisfy me? Does it meet the requirements that joy brings me? You might find some folks that try to talk you out of it, or that are not in support of it. And that becomes a part of the conversation of what you cut out. Okay. Listen, it's like if the people around you can't support what matters most to you, why? Okay. We're getting back into that conversation. Why would they matter? Why would they be kept around? Why would they have an opportunity to poison your thoughts and poison your process? Like, why? What would be the reason to keep people like that on your front row? What would be the motivating reason? What would make it make sense? Like, why would you want people on your team that actually are not on your side? So I want to over explain that, but they're having me just kind of leave that where it is. I know for some of you all that includes like parents, and I'm not, here advocating for people to go no contact with people or that kind of thing. This is for you to discern what makes sense to you. But and when I say makes sense, I'm not talking about your mind. It's like how you sense it. Okay. Yeah, it's giving clean house energy, okay? Cut your losses. It's like a one-track mind. This is what I know I'm called to do. This is how I know I'm called to do it. And I'm sorry you don't agree, or you can't appreciate it, or you don't feel like you can support it, but this is the path that I know is right for me because this is what's coming from my inside out.
Oh shit. Literally.
Oh my God, I'm going to vomit.
Oh,
He's
God.
drinking water out of the toilet.
Don't come.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna help you. Don't touch me.
Oh shit.
Go down there. He's like, I'm not thirsty no more.
And he slobbers, so it's gross.
You gotta tell the audience what happened. No, you stay back there and drink.
Oh my Lord. All right. Final card of the day, because this has been the longest morning message ever.
It's been great.
Oh, oh my God.
We just heard the dog drinking out of the toilet.
I told him. All right. Last card. All right. We ended on this yesterday, I think, too. Look at that come right back. Two of Swords. Okay. This is about choosing your mindset. Okay. This is choosing your mindset. This is the duality. It represents the duality. You can get with this or you can get with that. Or you can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. Or you can get with this because this is kind of fat.
I will sing, but I won't dance.
Oh man, it's the choose your own adventure story again. You could keep going through life and making everybody else your problem. You can do that. Everybody else can be your problem. Okay. Everybody else can be the reason why you don't do or do X, Y, or Z. Yep, it can. Your whole life can be the sum total of what everybody else is not doing to or for you and all the things. If you want that, okay, that's one option. You don't really make a lot of progress in that one. You probably have a lot of bitterness and frustration to boot. And, shit really still doesn't change in a way that works out for you, that feels good to you. But this whole conversation today has centered around this process of mastery. And I'm not going to take you through all the steps because they're irrelevant. You just need to focus on the first one, which is to become more self-aware. And you can choose to study yourself, to learn yourself, to question more about your behavior. Hell, to question the people you're in community with about your behavior. That's a real bold move. If you're really trying to learn. People who really are trying to learn, they are looking for multiple resources to get the information. Not just one. You trying to become an expert in you got to do some research. Got to collect the data from external sources. People who are in community with you. People who are related to you. Doesn't mean that you're going to accept everything that's said. But if you're really trying to study you're trying to get a real holistic perspective on it all. Ask your old lover what kind of partner you are. Or your current lover. Or spouse or mate, however you want to couch it. Old coworkers, how they experienced you. Okay. Again, these are data points. If you're really trying to learn, if you're really trying to get underneath all of your unconscious bias about yourself, meaning you have one perspective of yourself and you have a hard time deviating away from that. Hell, book a human design reading. Human design is such a gift because it not only speaks to what we know about ourselves, it helps you uncover the parts of yourself that you can't see or that you're not able to easily notice. Of course, when we're in relationships with people, it's not just their mind perspective of their perspective is filled life, right? So they can't, but they can see certain parts. It's a lot of energy around deciding who you're going to be and how to be, but you got to collect the information around what is right now. Got to collect the information is what I'm hearing around what is right now. I feel like I want to over explain that too, but I'm going to leave that. All right. Choose your own adventure. Start studying yourself. If you have your human design body graph, start studying it. Learn every little aspect of it, from your planets to what gates are activated, what channels and super learning your variables, what environmental conditions you need to be most successful. Is all kind of shit in your body graph. If you understand some of your defaults versus some of the way you've been conditioned authentic self. You think that the reason why you don't trust nobody is because you have betrayal in your last relationship, but really it's your mama that betrayed you. Daddy that wasn't there. Or your daddy that wasn't there but was there. That was there but wasn't there. Hmm. Ooh, Lord. Lord and Lordy. Lord. That's not my water. I was supposed to drink that one. But it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. On a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Can you contextualize that for people who don't know?
Sometimes my Claire skills come up in sound, as you can see. So when I start singing a song, it's because it's a song that I'm hearing in my head. And it's also, like I said, a little stress reliever for the channeling. But just what I said. Believe it or not. I don't really know where that came from, Mom. I just felt good to see it.
Great American Hero circa 19.
Yes, great. It was, those of you who don't know, that was a theme song for the Great American Hero. Like 1982?
Yeah.
2, 3?
2 or 3, maybe 5.
Maybe
I
5.
was like 10 at the time, so I was old enough to get it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. So, all right. I will say this. For the last 9 years, I've been diligently building the foundation of a really grand enterprise. And I've been doing this as a solopreneur for all of that time, except for the last couple of years where Vic has joined forces. And my, primary charge in life is to really create resources that help people do all of the work that I'm talking about today. And it's been a very kind of disjointed process. In my own mental mind, I would think that after all of these years, I would have certain foundational pieces in place. And in my ego mind, I judge that about myself real hard, even though I have been making significant progress in the development behind the scenes. So it's like, it's not front facing the way I want it to be showing yet. That's part of the developmental process in real time. Is ready to now bring it all front facing in a very streamlined way. So I know so many of you, you've done a good job of trying to keep your thumb on me. Where's she at? How can I support? How can I book a reading? What services is she offering now? Like all of this, what I call chaos within this brand is literally being streamlined in real time to where finally I'm growing to a place where I'm going to have a web presence that accurately depicts my purpose and our services, our gifts, and how we can actually solve problems for individuals, businesses, schools, organizations. I'm excited about this. It's been a very long time coming. But for those of you who have done the diligent work of just trying to stay abreast and stay current, God bless you. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for supporting this process and these platforms. Thank you so much for believing in this work enough to where you continue to give your time, attention, and resources. Um, I say all that to say it's coming very soon that I'll be fluidly inviting you all into not just one-on-one readings and one-on-one coaching, but a streamline of courses and programs and retreats, in addition to things like corporate offers and workshops and team building things and all of the things. So in the meantime, for anybody who wants to connect, of course, Be Great Everyday, the website is up, begreateveryday.com. In its current iteration, it's still up, okay? It is in no way complete, okay? And I do have an offer right now for a 45-minute mini coaching session. It's $111. And we're beta testing this offer just to see kind of how people respond to it as we're moving some other pieces around. So this is not intended to be a weekly ongoing coaching session, but it's a check-in. Okay, it's like a 45-minute check-in. So for those of you who have ever wanted to book a reading, particularly an intuitive reading, or if you're curious about human design, maybe not ready to commit to a full reading, but just wanting to start to get a little bit of knowledge or understanding about how it can support you, it's a great offer to be able to take up and be able to get this support from Vic and I in real time. Again, it's $111, 45 minutes. I'm going to put that, can you put the link in the chat and I'll let it sit for a second. The link is inside of my link tree on Instagram. Again, all of these pieces, like where is all this contact information here on YouTube? Listen, I'm old, I don't really know how to do all this shit, so I'm just trying to piece it together. And if anybody wants to come join the force to help me streamline these things, let me know that too. But maybe what you can put right now is the IG. Put my IG so that people can follow me on IG, and then the link tree is in that bio. Again, all of these things will be streamlined very soon. Okay. No. So I'll open it up to questions if anybody wants to ask a question or make a comment or anything in particular before we wind this down. If you didn't get a chance, like the video, I'd love that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications. And of course, we're out here doing this morning message Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern. Más o menos 10, 15, maybe today, 20 minutes. That's because I went to go find my pancake mix and they sold out. So sad. I had to really get my attitude together after I found that they didn't have none. Something else I was gonna say. Oh, get on a mailing list. So on begreateveryday.com, it's gonna pop up that you can join the mailing list. You can do that, and that's another way to stay connected as things start to roll out more efficiently. You will be the first to know. That link that we just dropped in the chat is that 45-minute session I just mentioned. For those who want to, one, meet in person, and I say in person via Zoom. If we've never met before and you like to listen to these morning messages, this could be a great opportunity for us to connect face to face, okay? And yeah, I've been enjoying these little 45-minute quick hitters. I've been enjoying those a lot, actually. I'm sure we're going to continue forward with it in some capacity. The price point might be a little bit more because it's being deeply discounted now, but that would be the reason why you'd want to book it now. What else? What else? What else? What else? Do follow me on Instagram. That is the other platform that I take up space mostly. I'm also starting to show up a little bit more on TikTok, TokTik. And I'm going to start doing a daily one card pull over there. No. And I think I'm going to go ahead and knock that out right now while I'm thinking about it. And I think that's it. We got anything else, Vic?
No, just like I said, y'all, don't get high on the message, and then come down and do nothing about it.
Don't get high on the message and then don't do nothing about it, Vicky said. We've been on people's heads recently, okay? It's like, don't come in here and get inspired and feel good for a moment and then go back out in your life and don't do shit different. That's not what we're in this for. We trust that divine is working the process and everybody and just the timing it needs to be worked. So it's not encouraging nobody to move ahead of their process, but it is encouraging you to move, to take action. That's funny. I did tell you about TikTok. Perfect, because I'm trying to be a little bit more relevant on that platform. Every time I go live over there, it doesn't really hit, but I guess if I started going live with consistency, people would dial in. So, okay, that's something for me to do. Is decide on a particular day. I'm going to do that. I've got myself working almost 7 days a week. It's definitely 6. All right, I'll figure out my life off camera. Love y'all. Have a great day. No matter what. Peace.